to do it.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. We have head coach Mark Parsons. Andre, you want to go ahead and kick us off?
Yeah, appreciate it. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thanks for speaking with us after the game, Mark. Just wanted to get your assessment on how the game went. It looked like Orlando kind of kept having opportunities as you did. You seemed like you didn't quite have the same control of the game as you have in previous matches. So what was your assessment?
Yeah, I agree. First of all, well done to Orlando. I think they had the energy and the fight, and they deserved to get a very positive result. First game, I feel like we probably didn't deserve to get a result. We weren't there. We weren't at our best, and yeah, it's when I watch it back, they scored a penalty and a set piece. I didn't feel like there was. We defended our box well again, and there wasn't a lot of threat, but they did have a lot of momentum at times, and we struggled to break it. And then when we had momentum, we did have a few chances, and I might feel better watching it back that we had good chances, or more disappointed that we didn't take them. But unfortunately, you have to do a couple of basics in this league, and you have to do a couple of basics on the road, and we weren't there tonight. That's it. I think I wish we got a point, and we could climb out of here and say we weren't good enough, but we got a point. But the team that deserved to get a positive result did get a positive result, and that was Orlando. And yeah, well done to them. They were there tonight, and we weren't.
On that note, the team has gotten a lot of praise because the last remaining undefeated team. Do you think that may have had a factor into it? I know it may be difficult to continue building if players feel like they may be a little ahead of schedule. Was there some sort of potentially like psychological kind of thing that went on against Orlando?
No, impossible. We just weren't there. There's the slowest start that we had, 25 minutes. When they scored, I think we came alive. Reaction was amazing. First time I think we conceded first, amazing reaction. And we ended the half a little slow. We started the second half pretty well. But we finished the second half, the last 20, 30 minutes, nowhere near our level. The reality is there are a lot of factors that probably will make this game hard for us, but there can't be any excuses. If you're a 6 out of 10, you're feeling a 6 out of 10, you're physical, emotional was 6 out of 10, you still got to give 100%. When we as a team didn't do that. So no excuses on the psychological impact you talked about, no excuses on any other factors. This league, you have to travel West Coast and then come to Florida on the heat at times. You have to play 3-game week and on the East Coast and West Coast. There's lots of things, but we know that and we're preparing to manage that. We're trying all the little details. Tonight was just mindset wasn't what it had been. But it was probably exaggerated because I think Orlando were there. They really were there, and they deserve that with a great energetic performance. And yeah, I wish we found a way to get a point, but we didn't deserve 3 points tonight.
Appreciate it. I'll step aside and let other folks ask questions.
Annie, Ella, or Meg, any questions? Annie, go ahead.
We did see a few positive things tonight. Thanks for talking to us, first of all. I think
I love your energy, Annie. I love your energy. I needed this.
I think it was Inez Juarena's first assist in the NWSL tonight. So wondering what you thought about her performance.
I loved the set piece goal. We had one message in a meeting this morning about set pieces, that all the pieces are coming together. Apart from the final touch, I thought Sam was excellent on the finish. We missed a couple of other opportunities to deliver the right way for one late in the game, but I remember Hatch. We had another set piece where we found Trin, which I think was another great set piece. Now we're growing in our set pieces. We put a lot of time and energy there. It was nice that Sam got one against Orlando last time, which obviously likes scoring against them. And actually, as you say that, because I felt we were not doing the basics that we have to do, you have to compete. Set pieces was probably the way we could save a point or win some points tonight. So positive that we got that right. We felt there was opportunity there against Orlando. We really did. We emphasised that and we took advantage of that. Yeah, probably not. I loved your energy. I'm probably not ready to find the positives because number one is you have to compete, and we didn't do that.
That's understandable. Thank you.
Okay, go ahead.
Thanks, Sam. Hi, Mark. Just to maybe take a little step back. I mean, I know that you're talking about the team wasn't competing, but in kind of the grand scheme of things, the strength of the NWSL from the outside has always been its parity, right? And knowing that you can't take any result for granted, but how do you balance? I think knowing that you need to prep for every team week in, week out with kind of the external narrative of, okay, last unbeaten team in the league.
Yeah, I really praise this team on. I think pre-season we had to convince and nudge everyone to get on the process train because it's been an interesting 2 years. The biggest positive about 21 was the outcome, but the process piece of 21 wasn't good, and this special group of players found a way to get on a run and win. So the outcome was the positive, and then the outcome last year just was devastating. So I think we got everyone, and yeah, the last 3-4 weeks, the team knows that we've been growing and getting better. The basics of this league, you have to compete, and then you have to earn the right, and then you get to show your quality. And the team is. I didn't need to tell anyone that we weren't good tonight. I mean, they knew that. The message is, guess what? This game in tough conditions after the other factors that we have will be there again. We will have 2-3 more of these. I talked about it against OL Reign at home. That was a really tough game, and the team that wanted to win won that game. Tonight, it was going to be really tough, and we prepared for that. But the team that really wanted to win tonight did win, and that was Orlando. So team's process focused. No concerns there. Nothing coming into this game told us anything different. And they know that they didn't compete. They know even if we got a point, even if we got 3 points tonight, this would probably be the unhappiest we would have all been because we were not ourselves. And yeah, that's you can never feel good if you're not being yourself. And tonight we weren't.
Is there a silver lining in that it's coming this early in the season, right? That this is maybe a little bit of a wake-up call?
The ball could have gone left and right last week. The ball could have gone left and right a couple of weeks before. We have done great and absolutely not being distracted with outcome or results. We do believe that after the first 3 or 4, we thought it was going to take 8 to 10 games to be stable. I think we got pretty stable after 5 or 6. We were really happy with that. And we've seen other teams actually not getting to a stable state. We are happy that we got to that stable state. And even so elements of the soccer tonight was very good, and we created some good moments and we defended some moments really well. But we didn't compete. So that's the biggest lesson. I'm really happy that identity has come together, that the team is working and together and playing better. But the results is a byproduct of that. Trying to say the ball could have gone in and out any other week because there's been tight games this league, but we have really grown, and that has been the most important. Bonus, we got some important points which you have to do. We all know that, but I'm happy with how we've come together. Not bonuses, results. We've really grown, and we're in a place that maybe we thought would take a bit longer. We've got there earlier, and makes tonight feel obviously disappointing because we can get a point here. We can win if we compete a bit more, if we get more pressure on the ball and we win our tackles, we win our 50-50s. I know it was hard, but we could have done it. We were just off.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mark. We will have forward Ashley Hatch and midfielder Paige Matera next. Little correction first. I realized I said Paige Mateer, but I very clearly meant Dorian Bailey. Andre, you're going to kick us off?
Yeah, appreciate that. I was like, no, it's not Paige. Thanks for speaking with us. I kind of wanted to get a perspective from both of you. Actually, Hatch from an attacker's perspective, and then Dorian from the defensive perspective on just kind of what this game was like. It seemed like, we just talked to Mark and he kind of agreed that you weren't able to get the same type of control in this game that you had in previous matches. You kind of talk about what Orlando was doing that kind of made that a little bit more difficult today.
Yeah, Orlando was pretty organized and compact, so it was difficult for us to find our midfielders in higher positions and difficult for them to turn and link up with us. So they're pretty organized. We just didn't do a good enough job of pulling them apart and making bigger gaps for our midfielders.
Yeah, I would say they came in really high energy and they were all over us from the start. And it made it difficult for us to, connect our passes at the beginning. And they just came out with good energy.
So I wanted to ask you both, and anyone can take this, or you both can answer this. The start that you've had to the season has been somewhat unprecedented and also unexpected. And I was wondering if maybe all of the talk about the undefeated run and everything had anything to do with maybe like it's in the back of your minds, especially when you go down a goal early.
I mean, we want to win every single game, and our goal is to get better each and every game. So, I mean, I personally don't feel that pressure. I think we have a really good team, a lot of talented players, but as a unit, when we play together and we're connected, I feel like we're unstoppable and we're continuing to work on improving every single game. Orlando was a great challenge for us, and I think we'll learn a lot. But yeah, I don't think that really got to us at all.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't think we went into the game with that mindset of like, we have to be undefeated this whole season type thing. It's like you take every game as it comes and you prepare for every single game as best as you can. And yeah, I mean, I don't think we really felt the pressure of that. But yeah, we'll have some good things to go over and to learn from.
Appreciate that. I will step aside and let others ask questions.
Annie or Meg, any questions from y'all? All right, Meg, go ahead.
Thanks, Sam. Mark talked about, the assessment was just kind of a lack of competition a bit on the Spirit side. And I'm just wondering in terms of, for an effort-based assessment, where do you think maybe the team could have stepped a bit more to Orlando?
I think personally for me, a lot of us just our individual battles, winning the ball, getting in the right spots at the right times. I feel like I personally was late a few times where I needed to be. So I think for us to learn from this game, we all need to just watch it back and see where we can improve, have a little bit more bite like in our pressure defensively. I feel like they broke us a little too easily a few times. And that could have been stopped, I feel like, by some harder individual efforts. So that's kind of what I saw. And I think that's definitely something that we can work on in an area that each of us can improve for the next game.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a team game and everyone has to play their part. And yeah, I would say, sorry. Yeah, maybe just individual battles, like just being better with that. Yeah, I too personally could have done better on mine. And it's just at the end of the day, it's a team game and we all just need to work together and be the best that we can and like make our teammates look better on the field. So yeah.
Thanks to you both. Appreciate it and safe travels.
Thank you.
All right, Andre, wrap us up.
Appreciate it. Just wanted to get back in to ask one final question about like conversations on the field. When you're facing a team as energetic as Orlando, who's kind of like the players? Do you guys like huddle on the pitch and like make kind of, I guess, who's like a leader that comes and kind of says, hey, like this game is becoming like quite a bit of a grind, like let's try to raise to the level? Or is this kind of a learning opportunity to figure all that out for the rest of the season?
I would probably say a little bit of both. I mean, this game was a good challenge for us. It was the first time that we've, conceded and been down and trying to come back 2 times. We haven't faced that at all this season. So I think it was a little bit of a learning curve for us, but I also feel like there's a handful of leaders out on the field. Andy's definitely one of them. Sammy is definitely one of them. I try to be one of them, just so you know. Bring everyone in. But yeah, I think our goal at the Spirit is to make everyone a leader. And so I think we all just need to continue to try and lead where we can and use our strengths to lead. But yeah, I would say today was a good test and a good opportunity for us all to step up and lead.
Yeah, definitely a good test today. Obviously, we have some vocal leaders on the team, but what's also important is like how all of us are going to lead by example on the field, like making that sprint, making that tackle, and like it just provides energy for like your teammates, and so it's important both ways.
Appreciate it. Thank you, and safe travel back.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ashley and Dorian. We will see y'all next weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks.